to 1 Million Cups. We have two great presenters today, so let's get started. First of all, David Warren with Beef Jerky.
Jerky, address Dixon, Kentucky. I'm just glad to start off with Mom and Dad raised in a Christian home, and I based that on my business quite a bit. I started off making, I guess this is my 21st year making jerky, but the reason I started is my kids had bought a beef stick. And it was terrible smell. I said, I got to do something separate, different than making it. So I started making it, and after several years, I was like, I got it perfected where they liked it, and I made it, just gave it away, for kids, ball games, different stuff. And as they got older, people kept telling me I need to sell this stuff. Anyway, that's how I got started in the jerky business. This was a hobby. I started off working though. Dad worked at Texas Gas 4 years, retired, and he was an HVAC guy. He was a master electrician, so I would have to help him. No question, I didn't get paid for that, but I just didn't have the other crafts and construction jobs I got paid for. Had paper out. Grew into, when I graduated, I decided to work for John J. Doubleman, plotting maps, surveying strip lines underground. After a while, power was starting to grow. They hired me as an engineer. Went to work on it. And for them, and then during strike, they told us engineers go home, don't come back, or run coal. So we started running coal. Power was kind of back in those days. Changed ownership. We'd be laid off for several months, so they'd go bankrupt, and then we'd buy them out. So I decided to have something to fall back on, which I did. I had a little bit of electrical work, which I pursued that, got my electrician license. Then I went to Louisville after a while and got my journeymanship in concrete because I had learned from the other crafts how to do concrete work. Want to get closer to home, lived in Louisville almost 3 years, came back here, transferred down here to the finishers union. Did a lot of concrete work around here, and then went back to mines, and got married and back to mines. And I decided to, or I was married, had children, but insurance was important. So, and that's one of the main reasons I liked mines. Now I chose third shift, where I was able to, the mines where I was able to get off work. I had two guys working for me to do my other jobs during the day shift. After that, coal mines was starting to be a little bit unstable. I worked non-union, I wasn't union. So I decided to take a chance on pursuing this jerky. So I built a facility on my property. It took me probably 2 years to comply with all the plans of USDA, their rules, and of building, how the building had to be, and just different things, a lot of paperwork, a lot of certifications, a lot of different things to go through to get this. The jerky, according to UK, told me that it was, unfortunately, I chose one of the hardest things to produce. So since then, I've grown more by my mistakes. A lot of the small stuff people doesn't know. Need to find out a lot more information from other people instead of just what, from, I guess, the government. We need to find out that the rules change a lot. Like from the time I opened to the time I started to the time I opened, it's changed. It's changed in the last couple of years since I've been open. I was down some last year. FDA has their rules you have to comply by on packaging. The package is on the back, the nutrition facts is like, you have to have allergenic, like soy, capitalized, or in parentheses for people that have allergics. So I was down for a while until I got my bag reapproved, and I got to start back up in December. And that downtime was I learned a lot more. I wanted to learn more. I learned a lot more. And anyway, it has helped me grow on this downtime and really excel from last year till December till now. I have several clients. The product, I said y'all some fact sheets down. I have several clients. It sells itself, the taste sells itself. I use USDA choice meat. I use mainly Angus beef, but these slaughterhouses and stuff have to have Angus in a separate day or a separate facility. So I have to have letters of guarantee from them that this product is made, Angus is made at a certain day. So it's easier now when I reorder my package just to delete Angus off of the package because I don't want to get caught like that again, you know, with not being Angus beef. I use local cattle growers, Hampton Meats. Their guarantee shows, you know, that all this beef is local. I've embarked on some stuff lately that has, last fall I wanted to do a presentation for the University of Kentucky. I had prototype bags, took samples, did a presentation, came back, did another presentation. Aramark has UK's food contract. So Aramark is out of Philadelphia. Anyway, went last Tuesday, and this is some pretty great news. I just want to share this with you. Being persistent and staying with what you want to do is important. Don't give up. Anyway, before I got home, they'd already emailed me and said they want my product on their campus. So, and I already gave this to UK officials too. And anyway, this is really a unique opportunity. But on my UK pouches that I had shown them, Bloomington, Whiteton, they want me to wait till after the tournament and then maybe embark on a UK commemorative bag, depends on how the season goes. So this is, you know, Aramark in UK is really excited about this. I go this next week again for another little presentation for their marketing, branding, office, license department. And anyway, that's, I guess my story broke down from start to finish, I guess, as fast as I can get in 6 minutes. But anyway, I've been blessed for this opportunity for UK, because I really have pursued this and I didn't want to let it go. And, but there's a lot of information. If you're doing this, you really have to have a lot of, know your information, know your business before you decide to do this, especially jerky.
Questions for David?
Is there a chance of Aramark using this products on other campuses as well?
That's a possibility.
Because they have a lot of contracts.
Right. And they told me, since I was so passionate about this product, and they've never tasted anything like this before. Even the UK officials, which they passed it out, you know, they said, we might can move forward. But I see, I'm small scale. So I'm trying to, you know, right now I'm looking at other opportunities. I have room in my facility, which I've added on, that I can set up and become a little more automated, you know, in this procedure, you know, and trying to.
Are you profitable yet?
Pardon?
Are you profitable yet?
Yes.
Good.
This year will be my first, I guess you could say, according to my accounting, profitable year.
You touched on the volume. When you enter into a contract with Aramark with UK, that potentially would be a huge volume. Are you set up right now to be able to handle that volume?
Well, I asked them volume, they don't know volume yet. I can do, see, I'm trying to get approved for second shift through USDA. USDA, they said, had to give me a second shift inspector, because they have some Atlanta Frost and Joe Davis. But it's kind of like I have to, I was told I had to work overtime, but I was told I wasn't. Both USDA officials told me this. Overtime is $88 an hour. I said, why do I have to work overtime when you don't have, second shift? So I'm trying to jump through the hoops there. But I am set up on a volume of, by myself and one other person, 750 bags in a week. And that's, that's processing. And I don't care to do that. I enjoy what I do. But as far as the skill wise, yes, I'm set up. I can add, I guess, 20 to 30 more dehydrators. And then of course, finding an employee I didn't know was gonna be that hard. I asked somebody, and this is really a problem, I think, trying to find some, and I'm not running employees, I mean, workers down, I'm just saying it's a problem trying to find somebody that wants to take a drug test. So it makes a drug test thing like everybody. So that's really a problem.
So realistic ramping up opportunity for you, have you looked at how you can stair step that and what the real opportunity is, say 30 days out, 60 days out, 6 months out, and how you can accomplish that? Because that's going to be your biggest issue going forward. And congratulations on the contract.
I can go forward, I can use like People Plus, I can use a staff, I can get some people, if I didn't want to go through that route, I'd like to find somebody word of mouth, sometimes it's better than, yes, I can produce a contract, like I can do, with 2 shifts, I can do in 4 days, 1,200 bags. That's 2 shifts. That's retail, I have my retail also, so if I want to load up my cargo trailer and go somewhere and set up and sell, I could.
But how much are you selling now? Because you need to look at what the difference is in what you're going to produce versus what you're producing and selling now. So over and above, what commitment are you having to hit now?
Right now, by myself, I can produce, I would say, on an average of 14, probably 2,400 bags a month by myself.
Are you selling those now?
Yes.
All right, so now you got to look at what you need above that.
I say yes. I'm selling it now, but it's kind of like a period. I'm able to stockpile some too. Okay. And that's what my goal is. I'm stockpiling too. So my local stores and stuff, they sell quite a bit. Springtime, I don't know what it is. Springtime and fall, it's a little different on sales. It probably drops a third, but and then when the lake water picks back up, like start of summer, it picks back up. People lake with them, fishermen and stuff too. I wouldn't have no trouble meeting Town and Country Foods, Everett State Park from Western, Eastern Kentucky, Tobacco Barn. This is I have that with him. They've accepted it. That's 400 to 600 bi-weekly. This UK contract, they haven't got me a volume, but on the commemorative bags, after the season's over and they decide they want to go with commemorative bags, they're talking, I would have to increase, and that's what I want to do, looking for maybe someone that would want to invest to help me set up an increase, because the volume will be there, the sales are there, the sky's the limit, and unfortunately, my limit can pick up because I have room to set up. I increased last year to 200 amp to a 400 amp service, so I'm set up to take on, for the future in my business. The license fee through Atlanta, Georgia, who handles all UK's license and branding stuff. When I first contacted them, he said we have over 400 applicants, and we're not going to do this. I said, well, mine is not now. Mine is after. He said, okay, that's fine. And I explained to him what's going on. I think some UK office explained to him what's going on. So I didn't just jump on the bandwagon. They said I'd already had this in place last fall, trying to So this is kind of a unique opportunity, you know, license fees $100,000. That's, you know, that's to get this UK brand, you know, and that's what they charge. But that's what she told me is a drop in the bucket compared to what's going on.
Is it a one-time fee?
Yes, sir.
So they don't take a percentage of your sales?
8%.
8%, okay.
Are they guaranteeing you a total amount sold?
Well, I'm supposed, the gentleman I'm supposed to meet with in Louisville tomorrow morning was talking about my qualifications, things, the hoops I have to jump through to get this. And then I will know possibly a volume to start off with. Like I said, they won't give me a volume. That helps me if I know a volume, you know, a little bit. But they said that's several weeks out before we know about the UK thing. And packages is gonna take a while. I said, well, if they win it, I won't have the packages or anything in place. He said, oh, that's all right. We're gonna sell commemorative bags. Their plan is to sell commemorative bags down the road for the next year or so or more, you know, at all the UK Wildcat stores.
Yeah. What's the typical bag that size cost?
And that sells at stores from anywhere from $6.99 to $7.99 a bag. That's a 3.5 ounce. And those bags are the same bag company that makes Kraft and Nabisco. It's puncture proof. It's a top of line bag. I've got some new ones I'm ordering, which I won't have the adhesive on these. It'll have everything on there without any. It looks better without the adhesives on the bag. I did have to do that because of, you know, my getting reapproved that downtime over there. I'm doing a orange steel background. I'm doing a hot pink background for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the fall, and I'm doing a yellow.
Is that considered an individual size, or will you be making individual size for students? Students usually don't have very much money and they kind of buy what they need at the moment.
Right. That's something that was on the table that a 2 ounce bag to phase in.
Okay.
That's something else that, you know, that we talked about.
So right now you have no employees?
I have no employees. Of course, my daughter's a senior. I have a part-time help, but I have no full-time. I'd like to have a full-time employee to train and show. And you know, and locally, Dixon's not that far from here. So it's kind of a neutral place in Henderson or Hopkins County to work there, you know. It's clean. You can eat off the floors of my place. I have that USDA brag, so I have bragged on that since I've been open. But I wouldn't do it any different. I make my product like I'm gonna eat it myself too. So I make it like I want everybody else, you know, to have the same product also.
I'm sure you've already done the math. The $100,000 fee to the UK license is gonna take 15,650 bags of retail products sold. If you got the full $6.99 out of the bag, and giving them 8%. So do you have an income source, or do you have a grant opportunity that you're gonna be able to have to cover that $100,000?
I have some potential people that she didn't give me the name, and some business people that was looking to jump on that opportunity. But what I want to know what's in it for them, what they want their company name on the bag too. I don't have any specs on someone fronting the money, but they told me, they assured me that there would be no problem fronting the money from that. So, yes.
I have a question. You're going to the meeting tomorrow, correct?
Going to Louisville tomorrow, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm sure you have a list of questions. For somebody else that's in the same situation, it might behoove us to kind of have an idea what your questions for them are gonna be versus just listening to what they're gonna have to say, because I'm sure you've got some concerns and questions. So can you walk us through what you plan on asking them tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on asking the gentleman, course, my specs, what I have to provide, and I have most of it together because he emailed me most of what I have to have. Transportation, I mean, how does it get there? You know, they come and get it, I take it. And, but I was informed kind of like that there's some big cattle growers in around Lexington that's thinking about, they come to Owensboro, maybe driving on down to my place, load the meat, taking the product back. You know, so that, I don't know, that was just thrown out there. So, you know, cattle growers, I want to make sure I have the right cuts of meat, and I have to jump through my hoops, which I have to comply with the SDA. That's some of my questions. Volume, that's my concern, volume. And packaging, you know, right now I have a box where I can put 12 to, it's cases a dozen. They're talking about 16 to a case, so that's fine. My box is big enough, I can add, you know, the extra bags. You know, I need to know their liabilities. I have, you know which is my liability insurance goes from $3 million to $5 million. So that's, you know, I'm getting that done now as we speak. It's being worked on. And that's, you know, I know shelf life's a year for my product. And I've jumped through most of the hoops. This gentleman here, I think, is just making sure I have all the paperwork for Airmark and to comply with everything. So a lot of my presentations and my visits that I had in Lexington were to answer and to get through the biggest part of, you know, all that.
I'm wondering what kind of guarantee are they gonna make you if you're gonna make a $100,000 investment and you're getting their brand? I mean, are they gonna guarantee you some kind of return? Because that's a big.
Yeah, well, this $100,000, I don't know where it's coming from. Like, businessman, I don't know a lot of questions I need to get answered before this, this businessman has no trouble fronting that for me. She said, okay, I need to know then what does he want? You know, he will either return on his money, or does he want his business or something to put him on the use of. Yes, sir.
Do you have the option to customize the bag for small businesses, to put our logos on it, to make it,
Yes. Through the bagging place, I have option, I can do
and
that.
what would be the minimum order for that? I mean, you have to order so many bags in, so.
I can order no less than 50, and then the sky's the limit on how many I can order.
If we want to buy wholesale, what would be the wholesale cost of those packages?
Of the packages or with product in
The
it?
product in it.
But if that product wholesale is $5.50. And see, a lot of the competitors are 3.2, and just recently, I had, this was about a month ago, I had this CEO of marketing of Jack Link's secretary contact me. He didn't tell me he's going to contact me, and they was talking to me about my product. He wanted me to send him samples, or he could have one of his field guys. I said, I'm a spec on them, I'm nothing to them. I said, well, they're thinking about maybe starting a gourmet jerky. And then this last week, they wanted to know how I cut it in diamond shapes. I never paid attention that my product was cut in diamond shapes. I thought it was mostly square. And anyway, I just stopped the conversation, because to me, he was fishing. And in our first conversation, if it was about a buyout, then he would talk to me about a buyout. So I got to be careful, how I do my product. I know he is pressed. I asked him, he said yes. All our meat comes out of South America. He said yes. So that, I was told by USDA inspector worked at Customs, and he said, your beef comes across there, we inspect it, they take it and press it to make it look like strips of meat. That's why they have a higher, I guess, profitable rate.
Margin.
And I'm not running down Japanese, I'm just saying the difference between, you know, but I thought that was an interesting phone call. When, you know, when they're worldwide. Yes, ma'am.
This is always one of my favorite things to find out. What do you think you did really well from the beginning? What are you proud of that you can say, wow, you know, if I had to do it all over again, I would do it just like this?
I guess that's something that I did that is really, you know, I'm still not comprehending. I mean, my head's not swimming. I'm just concerned of volume and get out and pass about my product. That my accomplishment that I have produced something locally that's come from this area, and you know, and it's of course, I'm still expect it does, but it's going to be on the map in the UK, and this was during the UK peak time. And like I said, or they told me, said, you know, you didn't jump on the bandwagon just because they're winning. You'd already started this, so that's makes it even more unique. But I'm proud of that. Of all the other things I did, this is really hobbies turned into a very unique, and it surpasses anything I've ever done.
When you do something you love, it's, you know,
Yeah.
it's the way to go. So on the other side of the coin, what do you wish you would have done differently from the beginning? Is there something that you would have done that's too late to go back and?
I would have liked to have had some type of advisor through this. Like the packaging really hurt me last year being down, you know, for a while. And now, went through DC and I want to make sure. So now, everything is red, up to date, you know, I want to make sure everything's correct. So any changes now I get, you know, I get them and I'm on top of them. If I have to call the head USDA or FDA, whatever it is, I make sure I get my questions answered, so I don't want to fall back. The learning process has helped me grow. You know, and it's like someone, you know, if I had someone someone experienced in marketing maybe that you know knows about in food or something would be great. But yes,
Well, now you are the expert. You can give other people advice.
Yeah, USDA did compliment me that I thought of this validation test myself. This coming Monday morning, then I meet with the marketing people at UK after this test. I spend the night Sunday night and get up at 7, go to the ag department. They're doing a validation test. USDA is, of course my product's fine. I got tests back yesterday from microbiome, everything's still negative. They're just making sure that my process is so unique. See, I have humidity built in. It's set up in my facility where I have a humidity monitor. And you're supposed to be above 90 or above when you make therapy in humidity. You know, humidity that be that high. And it's like that every time. That process, I'm going to elaborate on a lot of that, how I did that. But anyway, they want to make sure, so this validation test through UK will help me do my process a little easier. There'll be a little more ease. I won't have to take as many tests each month, you know, for salmonella, coli, and they're going to inject this at UK. So this test is of course it took them for several weeks to wake up with these bacteria. They're going to inject this and do these tests. And it's my validation, of course, will be mine, be confidential, so I won't put that on the website because other people that trying to do jerky might follow it.
Right. Does anybody have any more, one or two
Yeah,
more
your
questions here?
process, I mean, do you have a patent or on your process or product how proprietary is it?
It's, if you came to work for me, I don't have a patent on it, no sir.
Okay.
If you come to work for me, you sign a lot of papers
Okay.
that could incriminate or cost you a lot of money.
Yeah, that I can see where you could lose it all real quick.
Right. I'm kind of like KFC. I got,
Yeah.
you know, I don't have a vault, but it's a very different and unique process.
Well, you
Involved.
just a thought though, that I would think that any employee, you might want to restrict the knowledge about the whole process. Because relationships are like marriages. They all start out great, but they don't always end that way. And, you know, you hate to see them be able to walk off of everything you've got.
No. My marinade is secret. My marinade is it's here and it's anyway, the marinade, they have no access, they'll never have access to my marinade.
Yeah.
So regardless, I've had numerous people that have, how do you do this? I've tried this, it doesn't take, you know.
You always leave something out.
They leave a lot out, you know, according to my process.
Yeah.
And it's different. And I think that's what Lynch was trying to figure out too about my texture. But I have a test that this test kit, instead of sending it to microbiome, each day's lot I make has to be tested for water. And it's tested right there. And that's what was best investment. Of course, that was over $2,000 little item, but it's worth the money because it's $67 a pop. Every day I have to send product to them, and that would be. So this product will pay for it.
Sure. All right, speaking of leaving something out, we're gonna like leave them wanting more.
Okay.
This is great. Thank you, David. This is awesome. So That's okay. And I can smell a barbecue flavored jerky in the future. I saw him over here. That's great. Well, thank you.
But and I have on books. I would like to have experimented with. I like to experiment with the barbecue flavor. Now I did do a bunch of tests for Nate Edison, one of the owners of Country Bars, but unfortunately his dad and uncle doesn't want to follow food with a jerky because they don't want to get in that. It's too much. They said paperwork.
So now that Kevin has more time, we can get together with you and talk about that. Yeah, we'll need to, he's looking for all sorts of avenues of income.